So beautiful. What a place. What a life. I'll never forget this memory, staying here on the Beara Peninsula in Dzogchen Beara, and my experience of transforming myself and the months I spent in meditation and work and building myself and shedding away layers of conditioning, traveling far from family into a place of solitude where I can reflect on who I am and what I want to do and what I can offer to this world. I was in much confusion and instability in February. I had many challenges and many obstacles and layers of barriers that I had to grow through and transcend, and I was able to do that here. Each day before work and after work here, I always spent as much as possible trying to evolve myself and grow, observe, learn, dissolve myself, shed away layers of identities and conditionings. I did this for many months. Oh my goodness, so many images. It's unbelievable. That's the only thing that I'm not so proud of about this place. So many images, they torment the life out of you. But yeah, it's been such a wonderful experience. And when I go to sleep, I go to sleep in a meditative state, in a deep kind of meditative state, and it's like, in a sense, you enter into the source of creation, into the source of life, and you abide as this livingness, this inner spirit, living force, this aliveness while in the body. So when the body goes to sleep, it feels like a kind of death, but your consciousness or awareness kind of remains through that sleep. And especially sometimes you wake up in the middle of the night, you realize that, whoa, my body is just a piece of earth, my body is just a piece of the planet, and what I am is actually non-physical. Like, you perceive this when you transit through that sleeping state to that waking state. You can see that, whoa, this is just a bag of flesh and bones, and your consciousness is very much luminous and aware, and the consciousness becomes aware of itself as consciousness. So what you are becomes this consciousness as opposed to identifying with the body. You can see this clearly, and then you observe your mind. You look, what's the nature of this mind? Then you realize that all my mind is just the data that I've accumulated in the world. You see that what I'm calling my mind is just memories and midges again on my tongue. What I call as my mind is just memories and thoughts and accumulations that I've gathered, the impressions that I've gathered from the external world. And then you observe what's my real self, what's the reality, what's the truth. Is there anything such as light in the world? And then you realize that this light that you call the sun is actually a sort of reflection or a material representation of the spiritual light. And this spiritual light is consciousness, pure awareness. This light is just formless, and it is the ground of being, the ground of everything. And you realize this to be your true nature, to be your ultimate nature. And this ground is timeless, pure, indivisible, one. And when you observe the sun, then it really makes sense. The sun is there and giving life to the whole of earth and giving illumination to the whole of earth. Everything is appearing because of the sun. The sun is the center of everything. My hand is getting a bit sore. The sun is the center of everything. Similarly, the awareness or consciousness, the light of consciousness, is the ground of existence and the source of everything. Awareness is what illumines things and brings them within your perception. So when you hold your awareness on something, that thing comes into existence for you. You can only be aware whatever you're aware of has existence. That which you're unaware of has no existence for you. So many things are happening in the world, but if you're unaware of them, it's not happening in your reality, in your experience. So consciousness is the ground of being. The yogis, they've discovered this ability to transcend the objectivity of consciousness into the subjectivity. They've realized the ability to abide as the witness conscious, to abide as the awareness in the background. They've realized that by abiding as this underlying awareness, you can remain in a state of equanimity and peace. You can remain in a state of freedom from suffering. They call it Sakshi Bhava. Sakshi means witness, and Bhava means like a state of being. Sakshi Bhava, witnessing, state of being. So you're not attached to that which is being witnessed, because everything that's being witnessed is just an appearance of yourself and a limitation of your eternal infinite self appearing through limitation. So when you realize this eternal infinite, it's actually a state of witnessing consciousness, a state of awareness. It is not an object or a form external to yourself. So there is no division there.